Hey there, welcome to the latest episode of Shop Local All the Way featuring two of our Big Frog stores and their local customers. So, if you haven't heard, which I'm sure you have, but if you haven't heard, Shop Local All the Way is a campaign Big Frog is running to really endorse, honor our local communities. So if you haven't heard of it, what you need to do is go to bigfrog.com/shop local and nominate your favorite local small business. Essentially, if you nominate them, they could have an opportunity to win a $100 team gear coupon to shop at Big Frog. And not only that, you actually get a free t-shirt from your local Big Frog store. So like the one I'm wearing, or like this one, or any of the ones behind me. So please do what you can to support your shop local and go to that webpage or use the QR code to get there really quickly. So as I introduce our local Big Frog store owners, feel free to comment on the Facebook page or LinkedIn, wherever you're watching. And you will then have an opportunity to win a Shop Local t-shirt from that store as well. So comment, say hi to your fellow community members, and support local. So first up, we have our owner of the Big Frog store in San Antonio. Neal Peterson is here, subbing for his mother, Lisa. Hey, Neal.
Hello, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Just
Good.
want to apologize for the technical issues I might be having. I've had them leading up to this, so we'll hope
Oh,
for the
that
best.
we know this is a last minute sub, so we just appreciate you jumping on with us. I know it's crazy busy in retail at Christmas as it is, so we
Oh yeah.
appreciate it. Do you want to kind of give us a highlight of how you and your mom started Big Frog? What started you on the journey to have your own retail shop?
Yeah, I couldn't find any t-shirts I wanted to wear in any other stores. So I started kind of designing my own. This was a couple of years before Big Frog even came about. And I tried to start my own brand. I kind of lacked the capital, and I didn't have a big frog to just do one-offs for me to get out there. So fast forward a couple years later, my mom and I were having lunch together, and after lunch, she was going to go talk with a franchise consultant. And we had always talked about going into business together. We make a good team. So she asked if I wanted to come along. I said sure. So I went. She had me take all the tests and whatnot. Of course, we matched up perfectly to be business partners.
Oh,
And
good,
then
good.
when they matched us with potential businesses, Big Frog came up, and we both kind of looked at each other like, okay, the T-shirt thing is back again. So that's when we, looked at it closer, and then shortly after that came up to visit with you guys, and that's how we started.
And that's the story. And you guys are doing really well now. I know you've had a great 2021. So congratulations there. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. So, in terms of, I know you guys are super immersed in the community. Your mom is also a real estate agent. Have you done any activities to kind of give back, since this is one of the things we're focusing on in this campaign?
Yeah. Um, Prior to 2020, we were doing a lot of events. We did Latched, which is a mother's kind of breastfeeding type event awareness. We did a lot of animal rescue events, donated to them. Um, we haven't done too many events since then, but we do still give back to some of the homeless shelters and battered women's shelter, um, less fortunate kids, stuff like that. So
That's
there's several organizations that we kind of donate to and give back to as much as we can.
that's great. Is that something you like about being in like a community-based business?
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. That was one of the main draws to it actually. So
Excellent. So I heard, and I don't know if you know who it was, but your mom wanted to give a shout out to a local business. Do you know who she wanted, or do you have your own you want to shout out to?
well, we both kind of agreed that his name is Chip, and he owns several bars around town. He's probably our biggest customer, but he has a unique style. He I guess he knows how to market really well, and he's not afraid to take chances. So really cool guy. We work with a lot of awesome people. We have a lot of really cool clients. Meg, is one of them. Obviously, she's our guest today,
Hmm.
and we're just super thankful for everyone. So without them, we wouldn't be here today.
Oh, absolutely. Do you want to name any of those bars Chip owns?
Yeah, Root Pub, the Angry Elephant, and the new one that's about to open up is Shindig. So that opens up, I think, in a month or two.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, Chip, on all of that.
Mm.
So as Neal said, we do have one of his favorite customers here, which is Premier1 Auto, and the rep today is Meg Edussuriya. Did I say that right?
Close enough. Very good.
Okay.
It's a
Sorry.
long one.
Meg is
Hey, Meg.
director of the brand and business development. So first, love your website. It's great. I love your whole essentially brand statement, mission statement. I love that about you guys. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the business?
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me. Thank you for inviting me, Neal. I really appreciate the opportunity. So my husband and I built Premier1 Auto Care. We've been open for 2.5 years now. Built the building, the whole facility from the ground up. We're a full service automotive repair shop. So we do anything from oil changes to advanced engine diagnostics and everything in between, brakes, AC, everything. We do work all makes and models, European, domestic, and Asian vehicles. We got started kind of like Neal with his t-shirt business. My husband has just always been a car guy, always loved tinkering around on his own vehicles, and had this vision of building a modern facility and offering a lot of the dealership like amenities,
Hmm.
but as an independent shop. So it was just kind of a thing that he was passionate about and he loved, and just found a need for, doing business the right way. And that's how I've always grown in my career too, is, taking a very honest and transparent approach at business, and then the business follows.
I love you call it the white glove service or the white glove touch. I really like that. I wish you were here in Tampa. I would, I would definitely use you guys.
Yeah.
So, oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, just with that, we really, just put a lot of emphasis on getting to know our customers. That's a big thing for us. Is, that white glove service means, getting to know our customers and spending the time with them to educate them on their vehicles.
I think, and we've interviewed a lot of businesses at this point over the last 6 weeks, and every single one of them attributes a lot of their success to that customer service. So I'm sure you're finding that same, giving that extra mile is really going a long way for you guys.
Absolutely.
So you're really active in the local community, like Neal and Lisa. What have you been doing where you feel you've been made a contribution to the community?
So we're involved in some of the same networking groups as Neal and Lisa.
Hmm.
So we've been able to involve ourselves with some of the give back, the especially Christmas time programs, giving back to different organizations at Christmas time. Also, we're next door neighbors to a city, a local city fire and police station, and so we appreciate all they do to keep our community safe. So we like to give back to them when we can at Christmas time, and also just throughout the year, hosting them for breakfast here at our facility, or um, giving them additional discounts. Just we really appreciate all they do for our community.
Oh, that's excellent. How are you guys finding, this is kind of off topic, but how are you guys finding hiring at the moment? Are you having any issues?
So that is the biggest challenge. And this was, before the pandemic, the biggest challenge in our industry and automotive world is there is a national shortage of technicians. And
Oh,
so
wow.
that's just a problem for all of us. I think the younger generation, there's just a lot of pressure to go to universities and not
Right.
so much the trade schools. And our industry is definitely feeling that right now. We've invested in recruiting. We're constantly recruiting. We're a small business, but we're constantly recruiting because you have to get in front of good talent, especially when there
Mhm.
is such a shortage. So yeah, we definitely feel that right now. 2.5 years in, I'm just definitely so blessed and thankful for the team that we've got in place now.
Oh, that's great. And that's, there you go. Anyone watching that is pondering their future career, it sounds like a technician might
Yeah,
guarantee you a good job.
no problem. As an automotive technician. Yeah.
Meg will hire you tomorrow. So go ahead
Yeah.
and get the skill set. Okay, that's great. So I heard that you also wanted to do a shout out to someone local.
Yeah, so right now on my mind, because as a small business, we renew our medical benefits at the end of the year. So I would like to give a shout out um, to Davidson Camp Insurance Brokers. They've been so helpful for me the last couple of years, deciding on the right medical, dental, vision plans for our small company and renewing at a good rate. And so they've been extremely helpful for me because I don't have a background in benefits. And so they've been so helpful in navigating those waters for me as a new business owner. So Angela Thiesfield is one of the owners there, and she's just been so great to work with here locally. In addition to Neal, he's been phenomenal too. I need to give Neal a big shout out, of
Thanks,
course.
Meg.
He loves the process. Always
Good catch. Good catch.
promoting them as well. I know you said one business, but of course I'm really grateful for Neal and Lisa. They've done some great work with us designing T-shirts and hats and golf towels and polos. So we're really grateful for them too.
Oh,
Likewise.
that's awesome. Thank you. Thanks for propping Big Frog. We like that. By the way, I did steal one of your ideas from your website, so I want to thank you for some marketing ideas. So I love that. You'll see when we do it.
Okay, yeah, my website.
Yes, I liked where you had your reviews, and I think this is a great tip to add a little write a review button so they can go dive into Google and do it on the spot. I already asked our developers to implement that immediately. So
reviews are everything in
Yep.
this day and age. They mean the world to us small businesses, truly.
Yep. I'm like, that's brilliant. Why haven't we done that? So we're doing that now. So thank you very much, Meg.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you both for being here. I really appreciate it. It's great being able to feature our stores in San Antonio. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Drop some comments. You could win a t-shirt. So thank you, Neal and Meg. We really, really appreciate it. So we're going to go a little further east now to our store in Bentonville, Northwest Arkansas. We have John and Mara. Hey, guys.
Hello. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Good.
Good. So I like to start with telling us about your journey to becoming small business owners. Tell us about your Big Frog store, what you like about it, and all that jazz.
Yeah, so our store here in Northwest Arkansas, store's been here for 10 years. We purchased it 2.5 years ago from a lady named Stacy that started it and grew it, and she was ready to retire. Mara and I were looking for a small business that we could connect with the community, that would we could leverage our talents. I've always wanted to be small business entrepreneurship, and Mara has graphic design and some apparel design experience prior to this. So this was a perfect fit for us.
And she bakes a mean cookie, if I remember correctly.
That's true.
That's true. Not so much anymore, but
you bake a good t-shirt. So it's
that's right.
That's awesome. So do you want to chat about any of the challenges you've had to running the business and what you attribute your success? John and Mara have really blown this store out of the water, have really super connected to the community. It's so impressive what they've done. So I thought you could share some of that with us.
Yeah. So we just really take what the previous owners started and add our own personal flair and extra customer service to it. I've been in Northwest Arkansas for 30 some years. So just bringing in a little more local mix there, some other people coming in. We're also driving customer service, having 2 owners in the store all the time. It just adds that extra customer service level. Some changes that we've, like, COVID hit a year into it. Tina helped us be one of the first stores of online design. We started changing to do more design through email and interacting with people. So how did we bring a different layer of customer service as the COVID piece hit in the last year? We did a whole lot more online stores for fundraisers and schools and small corporate areas too.
Now you did a lot with Walmart, didn't you? Or was it Sam's?
Yes, Yeah, we do quite a bit with Sam's Club in Springdale and a few other Sam's Clubs around the country too.
That's great. And I think you donated a bunch of shirts to those, the essential workers. So
Yes.
I know during COVID, you guys really stepped up trying to support local.
Yeah, during COVID, we ended up doing an Everyday Hero campaign. We gave away over 2,000 shirts at giveaway or at cost to different everyday heroes all over the country. So it wasn't just Northwest Arkansas. So that was our little way to give back to those people that did so much during COVID.
That's awesome. So what else do you like? What are you doing right now with Big Frog? What marketing are you doing? Well, it's Christmas. You're probably inundated with
December
sales
is
right
our
now.
busiest month here for us at the store. Today is our 12th day of our 12 Days of Christmas promotion that we run every Christmas. So we're doing our DTG Bella Canvas t-shirts at a discounted rate. We've already had a handful of sales this morning, but
great.
really just getting in the Christmas spirit, whether it's for a one t-shirt order for a Christmas present or we're trying to do corporate gift giving. Trying to be everyone's, one-stop shop to make that happen. Getting all of our employees in the Christmas spirit. Yeah. We were in the Bentonville Christmas parade over the weekend with our Big Frog mascot. So just spreading a little Christmas cheer and getting out in the community.
Oh, that's so fun. I love doing the parades. Everyone loves the frog.
Yes.
Awesome. So I know you actually have, I'll say in studio, Dave Neal with you, the owner.
Mr. Dave.
Scoot in frame, Dave.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, Dave?
Not too bad.
Good. Dave is the owner. I want to say Mojo because it's Florida and Tampa and we do everything Mojo, but with Mojo Cycling.
Yep.
It's a really cool. I loved your About Us page with Zim and Koopa.
Yeah,
that was my favorite.
Yeah. Zim is in
Zim's in studio.
Yeah, Zim.
Oh, is he actually there?
Yeah, he goes with me
dog.
everywhere. So he's actually sitting just off camera right now.
Okay. That's awesome. So I love to, I've never been to the Ozarks, but my husband went and just loves it. So I think it's really cool. You have that page where you talk about all the things that are cyclist friendly and all the, the parks. And so I think it's really helpful. So why don't you tell us how you got started and what you love about your business?
Well, I came to Bentonville as part of the Walmart dynamic because, of course, Bentonville is the corporate headquarters for Walmart, and after about 6 years, I just couldn't take it anymore. And so I bought the business, which was I bought Mojo Cycling, which was a fledgling business that had been around for about 2 or 3 years, and just blew that up, and with incremental growth and really focusing on the community. If you look at our website, everything is community based, as part of like just what Northwest Arkansas has to offer and what local cyclists can enjoy.
Yeah, it's very, I love that. I want to go now because I'm like, well, now I know which trails and which Airbnb is friendly. So it's really cool. So why don't you, and you have a huge team, so you must have grown it incredibly over the last few years, but what have you found to be the critical things to make your business successful, to blow it up like you did?
Community involvement with biking. It's a very hands-on thing. So we have to be involved in all aspects of the community, from, out there raking on trails and fixing them. I go to the schools. I come from a teaching background. So I go to the schools and I teach riding safety and helmet safety and all that kind of critical information in the schools, going to events, all that kind of stuff that's just super important for growing the community and giving everyone a sense of belonging to something bigger than themselves.
That's great. And again, that's what this campaign's all about, is just to support locals. So that's phenomenal. What have you done in terms of marketing tactics that you think have driven the business?
Well, obviously you can't do marketing today without Facebook. For us, Facebook is a huge way to, on a rolling basis, keep our local riders in the community eye, play off of local jokes and local things that are going on, talk about specials. So that's really good. And then honestly, I've leaned on these guys like a lot. We're constantly selling shirts. And for me, this is a big way to grow my business and part of the marketing. Mojo treads a razor thin line where we have to keep our local customers happy. And then we've got hundreds and hundreds of people from around the world coming to Bentonville to ride. And I've got to keep those people happy. And it's two very different groups.
Mm-hmm.
And by using Big Frog, I'm able to create really cool shirts that key off of things that are going on right at that moment, and sell them, which keeps the locals happy. And then I'm also able to do bigger, broader projects that are good for people that are coming in and want to go home with a shirt that said they rode in Bentonville. And so that's great when you can get people to buy a shirt from you and pay for a shirt from you that advertises your business. Like it's, everyone's happy with that.
Yep. Merch is the way to go these days. Spread the word.
Absolutely. And the ability to turn on a dime and do custom stuff and stuff specific to like small groups and even single riders. And these guys are awesome. We did a custom shirt a couple weeks ago, and literally it was so fun that other customers that were just standing in the store were joining in and riffing and creating ideas. Yeah. And it was a community project, literally right in the shop.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And Dave is a phenomenal artist and creative thinker. Every time he comes in the store, we know he's got a great idea and it's going to be fun. Whatever artist gets to pick him up and work on the project, it always turns out pretty awesome.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you get a lot of Walmart visitors, international visitors out renting bikes and stuff?
Absolutely. A lot of Walmart execs, a lot of other people don't realize that if Walmart's selling a product in their stores, the company that makes that product has to have an office in Bentonville. So we've got corporate headquarters for every major company you can believe from around the world.
Oh, wow.
And all those people are outdoorsy and looking for equipment and stuff like that, and bringing in people into their offices. So we've got a constant flow of people from around the world.
That's really fun. And what a great way to get outside and see Bentonville. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
That's great. All right. Well, thank you, Dave. I really appreciate you being here with us. So
it was really fun. Appreciate it.
And say hi to Zim. Give him a head pat for
me. I
me.
will do so.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So as a reminder, drop a comment in the box on LinkedIn or Facebook, and you could win one of these cool shirts from your Northwest Arkansas store or your San Antonio store. All right. So next we have the winner of someone who is nominated, Stephen Barker of Slowtown Lures. Hi, Stephen.
Hello. How are y'all?
Good. So Stephen's business was nominated, and he won a $100 Team Gear certificate for Big Frog of Northwest Arkansas. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I'm curious, how do you design those lures? Do you have ideas in your head, or science, art? What is it?
Most of it is designs in my head. And I started because I couldn't find the things that I wanted at the quality or the price. So 7 years ago, I decided I was going to make my own lures and taught myself everything I could about that. But before that, I was an avid angler. So it just kind of come second nature, I guess.
So when did you start, and how has it grown for you?
2013 is when I started.
Okay.
Didn't go with an actual business until I had mastered a few things. So I guess it's 6 years that I've been selling lures. It's just I serve a niche market for individuals and a lot of tournament anglers. So
Okay.
say if you had an idea for a color or something like that in a lure that you wanted that you can't find, then I'll make that for you. And I'll do it with the best quality possible so you can fish with confidence. I give people a competitive edge that others don't have.
Do you primarily do freshwater, saltwater, both?
Freshwater, mainly
Freshwater.
freshwater. Yeah, I'm not a big saltwater guy. Those are a little too big fish for me. They scare me.
Fair enough. So I love your marketing idea of letting people name the lures. I think that's really clever. And there's some cool names there on Facebook. Do you find you get a lot of engagement there and interaction?
Yes, and because it is so niche, and a lot of it's spread by word of mouth. I do have a website, but I haven't launched it because I stay so busy with just custom lures for all the different kinds of tournament guys, from pros down to weekend anglers. But my Facebook is probably my predominant way to advertise.
Gotcha.
So,
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just going to ask what do you think the critical thing was to drive you to where you are today? Word of mouth or product quality, uniqueness?
All three.
Okay.
And then, and one of the biggest things I like about, using y'all with Big Frog is people can't buy what they don't know about. So just like our last guest, it's Northwest Arkansas, and there's a lot of outdoor activities that go on. So if somebody can wear one of my t-shirts or a hoodie, then hey, by all means, that's amazing. And I don't ever mark up any of my apparel. If somebody wants to represent me, then they pay exactly what I pay.
Oh, wow.
I don't mark any of that up at all because that's kind of a way that I give back. If somebody wants to support, then you bet, because I want my name out there.
Mm-hmm.
And through tournament success, there's been a lot of money won on my stuff. And the people that will actually talk about it, that's great. But tournament guys are really secretive. So if I make something, then it's kind of top notch. They're like, hey, I'm not telling nobody about this.
It's like the secret spot in the lake. You don't tell people where that is.
Exactly. And so is, a lot of my stuff is that way as well. So I
That's
get a lot
tough.
of repeat stuff.
You might have to charge more for the lures if they aren't going to advertise for you.
Yeah, I give them a hard time, but I'm like, man, you got to tell somebody. No, you can't tell anybody about that. That's all right. It keeps me busy.
You just charge them twice as much. If you're not going to tell people, then you have to pay twice as much.
I wish, yeah. So, and that's the other thing, all my stuff, even though it is custom, it's still at way cheaper prices than what you can buy retail.
And do you hand make them all yourself, or do you have a team working with you?
Well, my wife helps sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
She'll put eyes on. She's better at the small, intricate stuff like that. But I pour all the lead, powder coat them all, hand tie 99% of the skirts. It's all basically me. Most of it's my ideas, things that come out of my head.
They're really cool. If you have a chance, go to Facebook and check it out, because I was just impressed with how intricate they were. I can't imagine the detail is amazing.
Yeah, they do take quite a while.
It looks like it. So in terms of marketing, since your customers won't spread the word about you, what are you doing to get the name out there?
Well, the apparel is great,
Mm-hmm.
and I've shipped stuff all over the country. It's probably easier to stay the states that I hadn't shipped to than the ones that I have. I've shipped lures even to Malaysia. And with that, every time, my lures go out, I'll include stickers, brochures, business cards, just product awareness to where people know, hey, oh, wow, he can make all this. And having the apparel and the stickers out there as well is a huge benefit, just for people that have it around. I've got one guy out in Idaho. He buys a lot from me. So for holidays and stuff like that, he gets something special, and
Oh,
just
that's a
to
good
get it out
idea.
there. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I like that. Well, we live on a freshwater lake, so I'll have to look at your lures for my husband.
You bet. Sounds good. I'll fix you up.
Awesome. Well, that's great. Is there anything else you'd like to endorse or talk about yourself and your business?
Not really.
Okay. Why don't you tell me what do you think the price range is from like your basic to, the most awesome custom? Just out of
Okay.
curiosity.
Well, the most awesome custom is one that I haven't released yet, and it's a quad armed spinnerbait. It's like a miniature A-rig, and that should be coming out. Oh, let's see. The winter series kicks off in January. I should be able to release it in February, and that one is $10.
Oh, that's it?
And it's $10, and that thing is amazing. I've been fishing with it and catching them really good. A few guys, Slowtown is my side job. Multi-craft Industries contractors is my main job.
Okay.
And so some of the guys at work, they've been fishing them and having good success. So it's product tested and it works. My cheapest thing is probably a jig, and they're $3.
Okay. That's all completely reasonable. That's awesome. They were so intricate. I'm like, I thought for sure it'd be $100.
Oh, no.
They were just so, I love the colors. It was art to me. I think you should charge more, but that's me. I don't want to mess up your business model.
No
So,
worries. You're not the only one. I have customers tell me all the time that I'm too cheap. But my thing is, if I'm going to go fishing, I'm going to fish where the fish are, and that means I'm going to lose them.
that's true.
So I don't try to gouge anybody. If I can make a little bit off of each one, enough to, replace the stock that I used and keep going forward, then that's what I'm going to do. Because in a day's fishing time, we're going to lose 3, 4, 5 lures. Well, if each one of those was $5 to $10 a piece, that got real expensive fast.
Mhm. You're right.
So,
You're right.
if we can keep the price down and the fun level up, I'm all about that.
Well, that is giving back to your community right there. We appreciate that for sure.
You bet.
All right. Well, Stephen, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the $100 win. You should still sell that stuff, though. Don't give it away.
Well, that's part of the business model. People can't buy what they don't know about. And unfortunately, I didn't know about Big Frog for a long time, and that's a shame because I would have utilized y'all much earlier on. And thank y'all for working with me. I know I've come up with some crazy stuff and some hard deadlines, even just onesie twosies, but y'all always pull through for me, and I appreciate it.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, thank you, Stephen. All right. That's a cool model. You can see I always ask more about the fishing stuff. Sorry, guys. All right. So, but now we have food, which is my first favorite thing in the world. So Misty Dennis is here. And I'm sorry, what's your husband's name? Oh, Bobby. It says it right there. Hi, Bobby.
Hey, guys.
They're from Artisan WoodFired Kitchen, which if you haven't checked out in Bentonville, the menu looks amazing. I looked at it right before lunch, so I'm kind of mad at you guys there too, but looks like a fantastic concept. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you got started and what your whole mission is about with this restaurant?
Yes, we decided to open the restaurant to bring something different to North Arkansas. We make everything in-house, from our dough, our dressings, and like our marinara, and just wanted to bring something to our community that we would give our kids. We do a lot of cooking at home before this venture, and it was just one of those things, especially for Bobby, that he's very passionate about food and creating new things. So
That's excellent. So when did you guys get started exactly?
Oh man, it's about 4 years now, so probably back in 2017.
Okay, awesome. So you made it through COVID, so that's great.
We did.
So what have you, we've asked this question a few times now, but what are the critical things that you found that help build your business up?
I think that it's the biggest key for us is to make sure that we're living into our mission, which is taking care of our people and making sure they're taking care of the guest. We're never going to get it right 100% of the time. There's going to be things that fall through the crack, but the big key is providing good food and a good experience, and just taking care of people. And so it was a big challenge during COVID. It taught us a lot. You've got to get nimble and be able to adjust quickly. Growing up here in Walmart land, that's one thing that we took from Sam's book of talking about moving quickly. You've got to notice what's going on in the market and adjust quickly to be able to meet the needs. And COVID taught us that in a hurry, where we had to figure out what are we going to have to do to make it through this and react very quickly and put it into place. If we were a big corporation, I think that it'd be harder for us to be able to be nimble and to adjust the menu, adjust the ingredients if it's going to be more to-go food. We had to adjust our menu, adjust our recipes, just because we needed stuff to stay better on a to-go than in-house. So really just nimbleness and adjustment quicker.
Totally agree. I think we had to pivot quite a bit at Big Frog just to make sure we stayed open through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what challenges have you faced and overcome at this point, and how do you feel about the future of Artisan WoodFired?
I think it's back to adjustment. It's if you see something wrong or something that is not conducive to the business, figuring out a way to be able to adjust and to activate. Some of the actions that we took were just movement for our staff, ability to be able to get through the kitchen. We had to cut paths through places that didn't have openings. Being open to adjustment is the biggest key. And I think that looks like different things to different parts of the business. One of the things that we love is when John and Mara come in for lunch or dinner, our staff love to go by and talk about the shirts. We had the ability to be able to make different shirts. Misty worked with Mara on just different colors, just to give a little bit of variety. Everybody's using the same shirts every day. We're happy to buy them from John and Mara from Big Frog, just because it's local, and our mission has been to buy local and to be able to support other local businesses. If you come in, you'll see that 80% of our beer is local. We always said if we started a local business, we'd want to support other local businesses. And so Big Frog has been a really good option for us to be able to make those adjustments and be able to add assortment to our team. She's come up with different ones, tie-dyed shirts and different colors, fall colored shirts, just for our guys to be able to do. And then we got our hats and stuff that the staff gets to wear, that they can feel confident in the place that they work and represent the brand. And so we enjoy that.
That's, and I think that's a really good point. We say that at the store level too, re-merchandise now and then to keep things fresh. And I think that reinvigorates the team just to keep things fresh, and you're not wearing or seeing the same things day after day. So that's a really good point. Excellent. So now I have to ask you, what is your favorite food item on your menu? Both of you.
Chicken Alfredo. We make our Alfredo from scratch. So definitely the fettuccine Alfredo is a winner. I got my kitchen manager sitting down on the other side of us, and that's probably the number one thing that we have to make is Alfredo every day. And it's a process, but it pays off because we know that people love it, and they enjoy something that we make that we could be proud of. We're not ripping open a bag that other restaurants, you just ripping open a bag and pouring in a hot well. Ours is built up from scratch. So.
And I would say mine is the garlic bread bites. It's something that our staff created, just trying to create an appetizer that was a little bit different. And it's our version of chips and salsa. So we take our dough and cut it up into little squares, and then we toss it in our house Italian dressing and serve it with marinara. And then with our newest addition is adding the Alfredo. So you can dip this really nice bread in Alfredo and marinara. And it's probably one of our biggest apps that sell right now, and people love it, and I love that our staff created it.
That's to include them and a creation like that is amazing. But I have to ask, because you didn't say it, the hangover pizza. How did you come up with it's so bizarre? How did you come up with describe what it is for us and just tell me how you came up with it?
Well, number one, it's a base with gravy, and our thought was, it's just like you said, it's probably in the same business of shirts. You deal with the same shirts every day. You want variety. Same thing. You eat pizza every day. If you eat red sauce every day, it's come on, I need something different. The idea was, what would you have for breakfast? Biscuits and gravy. So you got your bread, and then you've got your gravy, and then ham, sausage, and then a cracked egg on top. That's just over easy, I would say. And so you get kind of that whole breakfast style just on one pizza. So definitely unique.
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, my husband Ron would be all over that. All he loves biscuits and gravy. I mean, that would be his ideal. Now, I'm not going to tell him about it because he'll want me to make it for him at home. But that I was like, oh, that would be his thing. Okay, I was curious. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you guys very much for being here. Please support and shop local at your local stores. Thank you, Misty, and I'm sorry, Bobby. I'm sorry. Mara and John, anything you want to say to wrap up?
No, just thank you to all the guests and everyone participating. Really appreciate it. And my favorite pizza at their place is called the Fresno Kicker, if you like a little spice.
Oh,
Yes.
I do. I didn't read that one. I was caught by the hangover pizza. All right, and yes, thank you to all the guests. Thank you, John and Mara, for being awesome Big Frog representatives and owners. So again, if you want to nominate a local small business to win that $100 team gear from Big Frog, go to bigfrog.com/shop local or use the QR code in the header there. And you could win, or you will get a free Shop Local t-shirt, and you'll be supporting local. So keep on keeping on out there. Shop local all the way. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Merry Christmas.